at a case study this moment, and we'd like you to share your own advice and give your comment to our client. Now, here is a lady that got married in March, happily married with somebody that's love her and they share mutual love. The man works in a corporation that is internationally connected and got promoted. And by April, he had to travel for a 4 month training to facilitate his new position in the organization. While away, they communicate regularly using the social media, video talk, chatting, calls. However, during the break, the wife came across her ex from the university days. They were very close then. They're doing the youth service, and subsequently, this one had to travel abroad. So somehow they lost communication. But he's now back in the country. So they met and they tried to catch up and discussed. However, one thing led to the other, and they ended up sleeping together. By June, the lady discovered that she was 4 weeks pregnant. Then she looked and thought, what? Pregnant? Who could be the father? Could it be my husband? Or this young man? What will I do? And the husband is expected back by July. That's within 3 weeks to that date. So in a confused moment of dilemma, she ran to her parents' place and explained herself to them. Said, Mom, Dad, I'm in trouble. This is what happened, and this is the situation. What am I to do? So she said you should go for counseling and see what is she to do. Now, the pregnancy, as at that time in June, was 4 weeks. So going by calculation, it's not likely to be her husband's baby, because her husband traveled in April. Between April and June, that is more than 6 weeks. So who could be the father? Could it be this young man? Though he too, at that material time in June, was still single because he was still trying to build up himself. So what is she to do? Please share your comment, your advice to her. She's still in that dilemma. However, as a counselor looking from this perspective, what is she to do? Number one, abortion is out of the question. She's not to remove the baby. Because the way things are now, she may not have option of having another baby. And the hazards are enormous. So what is she to do? Should she go back home, wait for her husband to come, and tell her husband, excuse me, darling, I have offended you. I have betrayed your trust. I am pregnant. We do the paternity test, but I'm not sure that you are the husband. If you are the man, if the man the husband, why your brother? So, but the first option from counseling angle is that let the baby be. The baby is innocent. Number two, this is not time for judgment. The error has been committed. The mistake has been made. The misjudgment had happened. What is she to do? She is to hold on to the pregnancy. She has made a mistake. She will learn to live with the responsibility. She admits a misjudgment. Now should she now tell the young man, her ex, her old flame, that well, I'm married. By that time, well, I think you're the father of the baby, and I believe you're the father of the baby. Should she now, if that one accepts the baby, should she now leave her husband and go and get married to that one? Remember, marriage is not just about having children. Issue of compatibility, issue of trust. And the man she got married to, they had gone to the level of understanding. They had been in court, she went to there, so they share mutual love, mutual understanding. So this ex that they had parted for so many years, is she really compatible apart from the emotional chemical reaction that took place? So could she summon the courage to go and plead with the husband, confess to her error, to her mistake, or remain with the parents and allow the elders of the family, of both families, to intervene? What's she to do? What about the baby? Suppose the husband decides to accept her and the baby, choose to forgive her because of the strong love bond they shared. Even though the trust had been betrayed, she has betrayed him seriously, she has hidden him where it pains. Suppose he accepts her with the baby. What gives? Should she inform the other man? You can notice that I didn't bother to mention any name. I can give a fictitious name. But what we're dealing with is not a matter of the names, it's a matter of what has actually happened. These are people, couple, that married joyfully, happily in March 2026. By April, the husband got promotion in the office. He had to travel for a 4-month course abroad, which he did, working towards building the economic base of the family and of the home. And he traveled with the consent and with the prayers of the wife. And while he was away, the wife had a misjudgment and got pregnant in his absence. What gives? What will you advise the husband? Please, I would like to get your comment in and your own advice. In Ghana counseling, we look at both sides of the coin. You don't make the final decision for the individual client. You give it open, you make it open. You only show the both sides of the coin. Everything that has advantage has a disadvantage. There's not that absolute in this life. So what will you advise? I am streaming from Nigeria, West Africa. Please let me know where you are joining me from. So I can see somebody here, Namanga from Kenya. You are welcome. Oko Rose. Rose one. Ah, wow, wow, wow. Thank you for reflecting with me. Noreen Johnston, you welcome also. Thank you. You are appreciated. So let me know where you are joining me from and share your comments and your advice for our young lady and for the couple. So I'll be waiting for your comments and it will be well appreciated. Let's pray that everyone will be able to learn from this. Learn to maintain your trust. That's why we talk about boundaries. No law says you should not catch up with your friend, old friends, old flame. But once you have married, you have crossed the line of being available to just anybody. You now marry and you are under the obligation, under the law of God and man, to remain faithful to your spouse. Because for you to have signed that dotted line together, you have placed some level of trust in each other. And you understand when you are signing that dotted line, you are now making an oath that I will not betray you. So when you now go about mixing with anybody else, you are betraying that trust, which is not fair. So that's why even in courtship, once you know you are engaged somebody, but you draw the line. The way you are relating with your other friends before, especially of the opposite sex, you have to draw the line. You can't just be hugging them like you used to hug them before. You can't just be texting them you used to text. You can't just be chatting like you chatted before. Even the content of your chats have now to be modified. You don't share emotional talks. You don't share sensitive talks again. Whatever you want to share is you and your spouse. Confidentiality in your internal affairs and things that are germane to the joy, to the well-being, to the peace of your new home count. That is why we are sharing this in this stream. So everybody will learn. So don't just leave yourself open. You have to know you have that obligation to remain conscious to that oath, to know that you are now committed emotionally to your spouse, psychologically, socially to your spouse. Your spouse, apart from God, is now your number one human friend. Your best friend should be your, and certain things you don't share. You can share money, you can share food, you can share a lot of other things, but you don't share your sex life with any other person outside your spouse when you are married. Thank you so much once again. I will catch up with you later in about 5 hours time if situation permits. But before then, please share your own advice and comment for this young couple that are at this stage of this dilemma. Only God knows tomorrow, but every decision has its own consequences. Everything has carries its own consequences. Thank you once again for reflecting with me in Senuga Reflections, a channel that is concerned about your joy, your peace, your well-being. You have only one life, so you have every response to yourself to do everything you can to live it joyfully, happily, and in wellness. Especially your mental health is very germane to your well, because whatever your mind controls every other thing you do. So if your mind is thwarted, then you may even be making a lot of mistakes in your place of work, in your business, and so many things. So you need to take charge of your mental health and mental wellness. Thank you once again. God bless you.